everyone, welcome to episode 54 of the Just Us Guys podcast. This is our weekly podcast that we literally do every week unless we have something going on. This week's is going to be interesting because I got to make sure Charles isn't in tomorrow to edit it, but we'll get out eventually. I'm also leaving Wednesday night, so I don't know who I'm going to have Charles uploaded or something.
Wait, did we approve Charles' PTO? Because I don't remember seeing that coming across my desk.
I know. But
just saying, I didn't see it.
I love when that comes up in Tim's chat. PTO denied.
Yeah, I just didn't.
They were talking about it today.
I mean, he can more than gladly have it. You just got to run it by us next time. That's all.
All right, I'll make sure I relay that one to him.
Yeah.
Gotta keep him on. Gotta keep him on.
If it's family matter, that's fine. That's he can take whatever days he wants.
Understandable. All right. As always, how was everyone's weekend?
What did I do?
I played bingo.
I didn't do anything on Saturday because I worked 12 hours on Friday. So, yeah, I didn't do anything on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, not much.
No, it was a pretty slow weekend for me as well. Nothing crazy.
Really nothing going on.
I played bingo. So
I think Sunday was probably warm enough to hit some golf balls. I probably should have done that. I can't remember.
I went to Top Golf, and now it's literally 1 degree outside.
Really? It's like 60 here.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It was 60 when I went Sunday.
We're getting
yesterday it was 30, and today it is currently 0. Yeah. Tomorrow's 10, and then yeah.
Tomorrow I'm golfing during lunch for sure.
Yeah, tomorrow's supposed
during
to be
lunch.
In 60s.
During lunch, yep.
And then
got a bunch of buddies bringing our clubs to the office. It's gonna be lit.
And then directly after that, like the next 3 days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're all going to be like in the 20s again. So
yeah.
This cold front I'm currently experiencing, you guys are about to catch.
Yeah. I didn't do much. I hung out with Jordan. Her family came to town Saturday and a little bit Sunday. I hung out with them Saturday, got some good food. Actually got to sit down and play like a solid day's worth of video games, which I probably haven't done since before Thanksgiving. So it was.
Yeah, we did that too. Go Sharks.
Go Sharks.
Alrighty, boys. Well, no Cal's Corner today.
Yeah, no Cal's Corner. So let's just hop straight into the Mile High question. Shout out to the boys at Afternoon Drive, Eric Goodman and Andrew Mason. This week's question is, what would be the absolute best case scenario for the Broncos at quarterback position this offseason? For me personally, because I realistically don't see Russ, maybe. I don't see Aaron leaving after his interview with Pat McAfee today. Nothing was said. It was just the vibe that I'm getting. Honest to God, it's Deshaun Watson. He's actually, all of his news is going to be coming out tomorrow, by the way.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
Depending on what happens, his value should be lower than most other market quarterbacks. And on top of it, I mean, you're guaranteed for the future for a good while. I mean, he's still, only 26, 27? So
he's not even 27 here, I don't think.
For me, it's Deshaun Watson, and a close second is getting 26. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm taking Deshaun Watson too. Pending any further legal, obviously, I think, if he said, his stuff's coming out tomorrow, hopefully this would be the end of it.
Yeah, he's 2 months older. He's 2 months younger than you, Evan. He's 26, September 4th, 95.
So if there aren't any further legal troubles where it's going to cause him to miss time, I think any franchise looking for a quarterback, the best option is Deshaun Watson.
I think personally Deshaun Watson is the best option, let alone if he's banned from the NFL for a season. I still think he's the best option. I would take a Deshaun Watson that can't play for another year and have him back on the football field in 2023 before I take almost anybody in the NFL. That's just on God. Like that's just personally how I feel. But
realistically, my alternate option is if stuff does come out is Kirk Cousins.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I actually think for the exact moment that we're sitting in right now, the best option is Kirk Cousins because one, if he's traded, his cap hit isn't $45 million like it's going to be for the Vikings. Nope. I think it's going to be like 28 because he doesn't have the roster bonus that they back ended.
Yep.
So he's going to be like $28 million a year, which is extremely cheap for, in my opinion, the 10th best quarterback in the league. That's just my opinion. I don't think a lot of people.
Is he better than Derek Carr? Yes or no? Because to me, they're the exact same football player.
I think if Derek Carr had the weapons that Kirk Cousins has had in his career, I would say Derek Carr's better. Because Derek Carr has been dry of weapons.
Derek Carr had one weapon for like 8 games.
With that being said, the Broncos have to look at it this way. You're still going to have the 4th best quarterback in your division if that's the case with Kirk Cousins, but I think Kirk Cousins is significantly better than Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock. So
yeah, I think if you play your cards right, Kirk Cousins is a deep playoff round quarterback.
Yeah,
which is I think that's the first step. Personally.
I mean, guaranteed 9 wins. I feel like Kirk Cousins and the Broncos team right now is minimum 9 wins.
Yeah, I would say 10 is pretty reasonable. I mean, they had 7 with a very young team and a not very good quarterback room.
Dumb question. They play in the division with like the Chargers and the Chiefs, right?
So yes. Mahomes, Herbert, Carr.
Yeah, nine wins might not do it, but I mean.
Yeah, but 9 wins can get you in the wild card. We saw
the wild card. Yeah,
contention.
True.
Yeah.
I
would
Which,
say
again, they have to sniff the playoffs for 5 straight years.
I also don't think Kirk Cousins would be nearly as many assets as Deshaun Watson would be, even if Watson can't play for a year. So you're talking about a guy who can get, like you said, can get you 9-10 wins, we think at the minimum, and you probably don't have to give up near as much capital. So
God, I would hope not.
Yeah.
You think any team would realistically do that though? Like, hey, Deshaun Watson suspended from the NFL for 1 full year. Do you think people would like make a trade for him and just wait?
I think he can still
even the Broncos.
I don't think you can't give up a 1st round pick, but 2nd, 3rd, and maybe a player or 2. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you can get it for a steal, I think that'd be a great investment for sure.
Mean, like other than those guys, like other than those 2, like a quarterback that's going to be like that could possibly be available that's out there that's going to be good enough to make your team significantly better is slim to none. Like Jimmy G is not that answer.
Jimmy G, Carson Wentz, we just saw isn't necessarily.
Wentz, that is true. Carson
not
Wentz
necessarily the answer though.
Cheap. But Carson Wentz you can get for really cheap.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean he was a first and he was a 1st/2nd conditional round and 3rd round pick last year.
Hopefully you can get him for cheap.
Kind of crazy that Jimmy G's getting all this slack though. I mean, dude's been to 2 Super Bowls. I mean, I know he's like
he's been to 1
he's been to 2.
He's been to 2.
He hasn't lost 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, he has.
No, that was Cap. That was Cap.
Yeah. What? I was going to say the 49ers
against the Ravens. That was Kaepernick.
Yeah, oh my God! I thought I'm sorry. The 49ers. I thought they were in the Super Bowl this year.
No,
I'm an idiot. It was the Rams.
There's a backup for the Patriots, but he was never a starter only once.
Right.
Yes. Technically, out of active quarterbacks, he has the most rings.
But that's like saying Brian Hoyer's been to like 4 Super Bowls. Like, I'm not going to fucking count that shit.
Exactly.
Sorry, my bad.
But no, I mean, like, dude, I'm sorry, Jimmy G is not that dude. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's won games throwing less than 10 passes. He's not the fucking guy that is success.
I'm going to defend Jimmy G in this standpoint, though. I think he's overhated, though, for no reason. I think that people.
I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah, like people overhate Jimmy G. Like, I don't think anyone like would argue that. Like, would you say Jimmy G or let's just say someone like Jalen Hurts, who's probably like that, like the 18 to 25 ranked quarterback in the NFL right now, like he's better than him. Like I think Jimmy G is better than like Jalen Hurts. He's better than like Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, like guys who've been in the league.
I mean, you're saying bottom barrel guys. I think
Jimmy G is a top 15 quarterback.
Is better than Jimmy G.
Jimmy G top 15 or no?
I think that's where the bridge is. I think he's like 16 to 20. But he's treated like 25 to 30 is what I'm saying. Like people treat him like he's 25 to 30.
He's definitely overhated. I'll give you that. Like
yeah, for sure overhated for no reason.
But the thing is, like he's also not going to go. Like he's not going to go win you a game. He needs the pieces around him. Period.
Yeah.
Like he is a game manager, and there's no shame in that. But he's not going to win you a game.
Like who's better right now, Jimmy or Baker?
It's Jimmy. That's stupid.
Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not even a question after Baker's injured ass season and the Browns fucking just.
And that's what I'm saying though. Like so, I mean, like he can. I mean, he's not horrid. So I mean, like he's not even a bad option. But
if the Steelers get Jimmy G, I'm going to be very upset.
If the idea is for the Broncos to try to win a Super Bowl, I don't think. I mean, now granted, 100% drafting a quarterback, having that 5-year window of having a championship quality team around that quarterback is 100% the best method. It's proven. Like it's been proven across the NFL for decades. But what is 100% also proven is that the Broncos can't draft a quarterback for shit. I don't care who's
they haven't drafted one since Elway stepped down. Well, sorry, didn't step down, step aside.
I understand, but what I'm saying is like they've struck out like 6 times in the last like decade. So like I'm just saying that like if you're gonna like I'm talking about even acquiring talent. Like I consider acquiring Teddy Bridgewater and then the season that they had as a strikeout.
No, it 100% is because Teddy was injured like not all season but missed 4 or 5 games.
Yeah,
and on top of it, Teddy Bridgewater literally didn't look to throw the ball 15 yards ever.
Right. So like I'm going to consider that a strikeout. So they struck out for like almost a decade. I mean, if you count the minus the 3-year run that they had with Peyton Manning, they pretty much struck out for a decade. So that's just what I'm saying. Yeah. So like
since Jay Cutler.
Yeah. So like if you're gonna talk about drafting a quarterback and then finding one and then going that route, and also this quarterback class is trash. Like trash compared to the years past. Trash. I mean, it's not good. There's quarterback.
Next year's not any better either, so you have to invest in the future right now.
Yeah, there's quarterback ready talent. I mean, quarterback needy teams in the early part of this draft, and not one of them is going to draft a quarterback. Not one.
Because well, I mean, even look at the Lions. Like, are you going to ride it out with Jared Goff or draft something? You're going to ride it out with Jared Goff because nothing jumps off the page.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to ride it out and they're going to draft freaking like Sam Howell with the 31st pick the 32nd pick they have from the Rams.
I mean, they might.
So then they get
I think Howell's like a third. I honestly think that Howell, because he's fallen, I don't know why, but I think he's like a 3rd round pick, honestly.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying though. Like we're talking like Malik Willis,
Matt Corral, and Kenny Pickett. Those are the 3. That's it.
And none of them are any of the prospects.
None of them should go in the top 10.
No, they wouldn't even be a 1st rounder last year.
No. Not last year at all. The only reason they're in the 1st round consideration is because they're it.
Yeah, because that's it.
And that's no disrespect. Small. They're just nobody sees them like transferring well to the pro league.
Right. The only one I see
that Trevor Lawrence didn't, but also the Jaguars are dog shit.
I think Kenny Pickett's the only one that has the best chance, just because.
I was gonna say I think he has a good chance, to be honest.
You might as well put money on him to be the first quarterback taken then, because he's plus money right now.
Yeah, but even then, Evan, like saying that like he has the best chance, I don't think it's like he's gonna be like a Deshaun Watson. Like everyone knew Deshaun Watson was gonna be a stud. Like, I mean, the dude was a dog in college. Like,
the Bears.
Tyler Murray was an absolute dog. But I'm going to say Baker was a success. Huh? The Bears.
The Bears drafted Trubisky ahead of him.
Yes, traded up to get Trubisky.
And 8 positions ahead of him, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to, like, I'm just saying, like, talking about, like, those kind of guys. Like, I'm consider Baker a success. I mean, he revived the franchise.
Baker is a success. This coming year is the biggest test for him, period.
Yeah. So I'm just that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that have had. There's been a lot of better drafted classes, and this one's just.
I mean, again, like we're gonna sit here and talk about like quarterback draft classes. Look at the one with 5 first-round picks. Lamar was 32. Josh Rosen was 10th.
Yeah, that was the Josh Allen,
Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen. Who
else? There was someone else that we're missing. Baker. He was number 1.
Yeah, Baker.
Yeah.
It went Baker, Sam, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Josh Allen was before Rosen, but yes.
I thought he was after Rosen.
No, he was like the 7th pick, and the Cardinals got Rosen at like 10.
Interesting. Okay. I thought it was flip-flopped.
No.
You know what's crazy? There are people out there, like I've seen redrafts on TikTok that actually take, even after this season, take Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen.
Give me Josh Allen.
Nuts.
Give me Josh
Dude can run the ball just as much as Lamar. Obviously not as quick and agile.
He's bigger, so he can actually
take some shots. But it's bigger. He's 6'6", and he has a cannon.
Dude,
cannon.
I like Lamar, and I think he's great. I do think he is a very good.
Don't lie to us. You hate Lamar.
No, I think he's a very good football player. But I don't think he's a franchise-winning quarterback that's going to win you a Super Bowl. I just don't. I mean, I don't think I'm wrong. Like, I mean, I'm not going to count when he got hurt this year because that's not fair to a player. But every year they've had a pretty good win-loss record going into the playoffs, and they've won one playoff game.
Also making the Pro Bowl when playing 8 games is a joke.
Yeah, that was a sham.
Yeah, and he was terrible.
Is it
terrible in those 8 games?
Is this year the year that they have to resign
Lamar? Really good game, like 3 all-time games.
Yeah, and then that was it, though. Like, it was.
Is this the year they have to re-sign Lamar?
Yeah, him and Baker are both up.
Well, he technically can be franchise tagged or the 5th year.
They can both be franchise tagged, but let's be real. We're not paying. So the franchise tag, for anyone out there that doesn't know how it works, You take the 5 highest paid players at that position, and then you average out what that salary is, and that's what the player gets paid.
Yeah.
So Lamar was
not getting
like
$39 million.
That's why Allen Robinson was okay with getting franchise tag last year, because he made $17 million.
It would be the same with Devontae this year. Devontae's up for a franchise tag.
Right. He'll make like 19, something like that.
He would get paid.
Is there any receiver out there making 20 right now?
Is there a receiver making 20? Yeah, D-Hop. D-Hop is making 20.
D-Hop?
I don't think many more. I honestly don't. Here, let me look it up. Highest
top paid receiver.
Wide receiver.
D-Hop salary.
I got you right here. So right now it's D-Hop. He's averaging $27 million a year.
Oh my Lord!
I mean, he's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got D-Hop, Julio Jones, and Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper, the only people over 20. Julio's 22, Allen's 20, and Amari Cooper's 20.
So the franchise tag is like $23 million for a receiver.
Yeah, but the reason why those are so high, because they're on the back end of the contracts, and they're definitely backloaded, not front loaded.
Almost every contract anymore is backloaded.
Yeah, because then
we just segue into the Rodgers thing now.
We're not there, and no, there's nothing to talk about. We already went over this.
I will say this about the Rodgers thing, though. If anything about like how I feel about the situation, I feel that he has a better chance of retiring now than playing for another team.
Yeah, no. My order is Green Bay retirement, then another team.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would agree that he has a higher chance to retire than play for another team right now. And listen, like we can talk about whatever he he can say whatever he wants, but that was like a very, very cryptic.
Again, he explained the whole thing, though. It wasn't that cryptic once he explains it.
Listen, I know he explained the whole thing, but LeBron James coming out and saying that the door is unlocked for him to come back to Cleveland.
Well, LeBron's a moron.
I'm just saying, like, they're both people who play the media very well. Like, let's be honest. And I'm just saying that, like, if you're going to talk about, like, Aaron Rodgers, like, where he's probably at as a vibe, it's definitely between Green Bay and retirement, based off just that.
No, he didn't say it today, but yeah, like, again, this whole post was about, like, he just got out of a 12-day cleanse where literally for 3 days he forces himself to puke, and then another 4 days he gets an oil enema to make himself shit. He just went through, like, he was feeling grateful to be alive, basically, yesterday when he posted this thing. It's a really weird.
I don't even know why you would do that.
It's a really weird cleanse, but I'm not gonna judge the dude.
He's a really weird dude.
He's a very weird
dude, man.
He's a very weird dude.
There's no doubt about it.
Based on what he just did there, for sure.
Yeah, no, I can send you guys the cleanse that he did. It is insane.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, thank you.
But yeah, no, that was the whole thing. Like, and the last picture of the Kansas City game was he just said it made him cry because like Randall Cobb and Devontae Adams saved his spot in the lineup, even though he wasn't there because he was out for COVID. That was all this shit was he was just feeling grateful because he just went through this chakra realigning by shitting and pissing his entire body out.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I'm not reading in too much into it. I'm just saying that's the vibe I'm getting, though, no matter what. Like, I just feel
the vibe that
I felt that way I felt that way at the end of the season. Like, he's going to go out as an MVP. Like, how much more does he have to prove other than winning?
He also did say today that he can still play and his body feels just as good as it ever has. So, but again, you're also coming off of the weirdest cleanse I've ever heard of. So,
yeah,
I think I might actually die if I did that cleanse.
Oh no, dude, you need to read the details of it. It is insane. Like, literally, at one point for like 5 straight days, he eats like 1 time a day, and it's basically like this stuff that makes you shit and puke.
It's just nuts.
Very interesting, yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So he eats Taco Bell.
It's not that good. I feel like it's literally you're eating dirt. Like, everyone made the Shailene Woodley jokes, and like, oh, she eats clay. I think he might have actually been eating clay this entire, like this on this 12-day cleanse.
That's nuts.
It's really weird. I'll send you guys the link to it.
And they broke up officially too, right?
No, they didn't. That was a joke by TMZ. That was a miss thing by TMZ. He came out and said all of that today as well.
God, she's weird too.
No, she's a hippie chick.
Yeah.
And then that's the Aaron Rodgers news. He literally, as soon as he got on the thing today, said there is no news to talk about today. It's just a normal Tuesday, and that's why I'm here.
Oh man.
All right, let's see. Brian Flores is going to the Steelers. I'm excited to see that one play out. I think it's a great signing. I do. I think it's interesting to play out while he's suing the NFL.
I think
I don't really know how that works. To be honest, like how do you?
They're two separate entities.
Yeah, there's the NFL. Yeah,
it's the NFL. And technically, the lawsuit isn't going to happen until he gets enough people to sign on the class action. So
yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But again, you are suing your employers while still being employed.
Right.
Very weird. Yes.
I love it. I mean, I love it just because simply we've all said he should have been the number one hire on the board, and he was hired at every place. And even though they were shams and all the shit that he went through, the only other person that was hired this year that I think was more qualified or equally as qualified was Doug Peterson, and he was hired. So I'm glad that he has a job. And I think Mike Tomlin took this as like a, hey, I'm not going to let your career die when you're as good as you are. So,
Well, and everyone
that's just an end of story. Should have hired him as DC, though. They should have hired him as DC, not promoted him as guy.
Yes.
Well, the
absolutely.
Thing is,
but they promoted with him.
Here's something.
But they're just all family, though. Everything's about the Steeler family when it comes to that organization, though.
Well, everything's promoted. This is the weird thing: is that Kyle Van Noy, who played in New England, and then went and played for him under Miami, said that he's two totally different people when he's basically a coordinator or an assistant and the head coach. Like, he was an asshole when he was a head coach, but like when he was just the linebackers coach in New England, he was like one of the coolest dudes. So I think this is great for the Steelers if he can. The thing is, it's hard, and I think we all agree it's great bringing former head coaches into the fold. I don't know about this dude's ego. That's the only thing. Because if you were a dictator, like when you were a head coach, and now you have to, and I know Tomlin is a stand-up dude, checking your ego might be hard.
I agree with that, but the only reason why I think he'll be okay is because it's not like he was an assistant to someone like, I don't know, like
no,
Cliff
he's been
Kingsbury.
with Belichick. I mean,
he's been with Belichick. His ego was checked out the door for 10 years. So when he got and like this whole like negative output of like him, like even like Calvin Noy saying that he was a dictator, bro. All head coaches are dictators. Like they are, like, period. You only have a few that are like really player friendly coaches, right? Like there really is only a few, but like we're not going to sit here and act like Bill Belichick's not a dictator. I mean, he's Stalin of the NFL.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean,
I think that
you come in here, it's the Patriot way, or you get the hell out. Like that's it. Like that's end of story.
I think that's going to be kind of the same way though with the Steelers. Like I don't know. There's been so many egos on the Steelers roster lately with AB and Le'Veon Bell and stuff, but
we also can't.
You'd like to think that with Tomlin being such a good coach that he would check his ego at the door if Brian Flores has one.
You also have to think too at the same time, like someone like every coordinator, you can't tell me Eric Bieniemy isn't sitting there sometimes being like, I could probably do a better job than Andy Reid's doing right now. Like you can't tell me that all coordinators haven't sat there at one point in their lives and been like,
I'm just saying going from head coach to then basically you're like bitch boy.
He was like demoted twice. Like you go from head coach to linebackers coach.
I'm actually really impressed because you could tell he loves football. Like if he went and took a job that he's definitely way overqualified for just to be on the football field, and like that means he wants to coach in the NFL and that's his number one priority. I mean, it's obviously his second priority or he wouldn't have filed the lawsuit, but it's definitely like what he wants to do. And like, he's just trying to create social reform while doing it, which I think is awesome. I love the guy.
Depending on how far this goes, I mean, he's going to be coaching again in the league.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
coaching, not just linebackers coach.
I think that this year he just took a job to make, obviously be with a good organization. He just took a job to make, keep some income coming in, because if not, he wouldn't be coaching.
Yeah, he's not going to get a $200 million deal like Kaepernick, so.
Right. What?
Yeah, Nike.
Oh. Yeah. But.
Like lifetime deal, pretty much.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. But, I mean, at the same time, like, he just, obviously, he reached out to – did you guys hear the story? He actually reached out to Tomlin for advice of what to do and then talked him into being, like, a coach for the Steelers. So – it was kind of a weird thing, but
yeah. And the weird theory about Mike Tomlin, like possibly retiring for Brian Flores to take over, is the dumbest theory I've ever heard in the world.
No, Mike Tomlin's not retiring anytime soon.
I know, but like there was a lot of people on Twitter that was like, "Hey, is this like the heir to like Mike Tomlin?" Like Mike Tomlin's not even 50 years old, bro.
Maybe.
No, that'd be so stupid.
Dog, people were talking about Sean McVay retiring, and he's 36.
Yeah, that's because he got offered a $10 million a year TV job. That's why.
I totally get it.
That makes sense.
I totally get that.
He's not going to make that much money coaching football per year. Like, he's not gonna. So that was a very valid, option. I mean, would you?
Contract now?
Yes.
There's no way he makes more than $5 million.
Not that he might make more than that, but he does not make
$8.5 million.
Yeah, he does not make $20 million a year.
But imagine if you all you had to do was show up to work 18 weeks out of the year, one Sunday, 18 weeks for one 3-hour, 4-hour game, and make over $10 million a year. It would
be Thursday, so he'd be able to watch all the Sunday games as well.
You're telling me
they're offering $15 million a year.
Yeah, that's insane.
His wife is a dime, by the way.
Oh yeah,
it was really.
He's 36. He is 7 years older than me,
bro. It was super, and he's already been to 2 Super Bowls. You have to understand too. At the same time, is that it was really easy for Drew Brees to retire.
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, it was really easy for Drew Brees to retire when he had that kind of paycheck.
Yeah, when NBC was like, "Hey, we'll give you, 8 figures a year. Just come do this."
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet
hey, do we have anything else in NFL news?
No.
Because the NFL is really quiet right now. I mean, we're not even in the tampering period. We're not at free agency yet.
We're close. Couple weeks.
We're close, but
we're close. March 1st is when the tampering can start.
Yeah. So we'll cover more of that. But right now, let's hop into some college basketball, which we almost never talk about outside of March Madness. Which, by the way, I guess this is probably as good a time as any. We will be partnering with Bonneville. It's a radio station company out here that is the ESPN affiliate. They have Mark Schlereth, Tyler Columbus, Brandon Stokely, a bunch of former players as their their analysts and stuff. And as we did last year with a March Madness bracket, that was only $50. We are the presenting sponsor of a $5,000 bracket this year that is going to be pushed out by ESPN. We're going to be partnering with them. And all the celebrity people from Denver are going to be having brackets and everything in it. So that's going to be a whole thing. So keep your eye out for that. More details.
Yo, that just got dropped that. Okay.
Yeah, no one in the podcast knew about that.
Just got dropped to the actual podcast partners now.
No one knew
that. Was not a Cal. For March Madness, we're doing a $5,000 tournament.
Holy cow. Are we eligible to win?
Fucking $5K,
yeah,
my guy.
We're 100% allowed to do it.
Okay.
Also, the other presenting sponsor is PointsBet USA, so we also have a sports book as one of the premier sponsors.
We are partners.
No way.
Yeah.
How just scream? He goes, "We are." He goes.
Yeah. So that is the thing. Again,
I'll have more details. We gotta clip that.
I'll have more details as we get things in the works. But yes, we are going to be partner sponsors with PointsBet for the ESPN bracket out of Denver. So that's the thing.
I mean, we're gonna get paid sporadic.
No, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
She's in Denver now.
She is in PointsBet too.
She does live in Denver. And
she does.
PointsBet. Listen, I'm just saying. I think we should make a pitch. That's all I'm saying. What?
Hey, I'll throw on a bra. Push up bra.
Oh my God, Evan.
And I'll make the pitch. Hey,
I'll make the pitch.
Dude, I think I'd be happier about that than most people in the world.
See me in a bra? Oh, I'll send you a pic later, kid.
But yeah, that's a thing. Moving forward, again, I'll have more information on it.
What an announcement! Just randomly
in the near future.
Decided.
Yeah, a little 5K plug. No big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal. Speaking of throwing haymakers at the chat, Juwan Howard, baby.
Facts. That was a good transition.
Honestly, I'm totally on board with Howard, but Cade, go ahead and explain this for the people.
Dude, I was actually watching this live, which was a really wild scene for me. So, on Sunday, which, it's crazy. Lord's Day, Sunday. We don't act like that on Lord's Day. Anyways, Sunday college basketball going on. And Michigan, who is extremely underperformed this year, they were I think they were the 6th ranked preseason team, and they're not making the tournament. There's no way they're making the tournament. But anyways, so they were in a tight game. I mean, not a tight game. They were in a tight game with Wisconsin, but they ended up losing by 16. But in the process of that final 2 minutes, this is where it gets a little hairy. Michigan was full court pressing down 20, right? which is like, okay, like you're playing to the end of the whistle. Like, you don't want your team to give up. Like everyone knows that's
the generic normal
that's
stuff.
Normal, whatever. Keep your starters in. They're trying, whatever. So then with under like a minute and a half left or something like that, there was a dead ball, timeout, whatever. And Wisconsin put in their GPA boosters. Shout out GPA boosters for every team. We love you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Anyway, so they put them in, and Michigan continued to full course press them and got 3 or 4 easy baskets. And so then with 16 seconds left, Wisconsin was trying to get the ball up the court, and they were going to get a 10-second violation. All right. And Wisconsin's coach, I don't remember his name right now, the head coach
called his last name's
Gerd. Yeah, Gerd. Or is it Gard? It's Gaird.
I thought it was only 4 letters, but yeah, it's something like Gerd or Guard or something.
Wisconsin man. So Wisconsin's head coach calls timeout. They set up a play, get it across court, and that's the game. Juwan Howard was very upset that he called timeout with 16 seconds left, up 14. Very, very upset. So he actually wasn't going to shake his hand. He walked away. He was walking towards the locker room. But then the assistant coaches stopped him, turned him around, and came back. So the head coach shook a couple players' hands, and then Juwan Howard. And Juwan Howard said something to Gard immediately while shaking his hands. And he had his underneath his mask. You should see it through his mask. Honestly, we should just clip the video.
We don't have rights to that.
That's true. Anyways, rights suck, by the way.
Yeah, we can get copyright claimed for that real quick.
Yeah. So anyways, he said something. So then he tried walking past Gard, and Gard stopped him, put his hands on him.
Yeah, he reached up and stopped him.
Yeah, he tried to stop him to explain why he was calling the timeout, which is right and wrong, whatever. Putting your hands on someone else who's upset, whatever. And then it started getting chippy. Players started getting chippy. And then the head coach for Wisconsin got pulled out, and the assistant coach stepped in, and there was definitely something said for Juwan Howard to hit him, pretty much, because I don't feel like Juwan Howard just hit him as he was trying to break up players.
Yeah.
Because the assistant coach was jawing at Juwan Howard. And then after that, it was just a scrum for literally a minute. It was a full out brawl at a rec center for 30 seconds. It got pretty intense. And then players got separated. And then Juwan Howard's interview after the game was wild. I recommend you guys all to go look that up.
I have not seen that yet. I will have to.
No
spoilers, please. No spoilers.
Yeah, you need to go look it up. He was extremely animated. He did not take 20 minutes to go sit in the locker room and calm down. He went straight to the podium.
I respect it.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Also, it's for a small correction, it's not points bet, it's Bet Rivers.
Boys.
Still.
No bra for Evan.
Yeah. Okay, hey, I guess we're going to be Jerome Bettis. Hey.
By the way, just so everybody knows, the grand prize for winning the whole thing is $5,000. Second place is a Traeger grill.
That's $2,000. I'll take that. Jeez. It's a $2,000 grill.
Yep. But no, so honestly, I'm with
Juwan Howard punched a man in a walk forward line.
That
happened.
Yeah, it did. But the thing is, I'm with Juwan Howard. Clearly he was pissed off because normally the coaches are the first 2 people to shake.
Right.
He was clearly pissed off, regardless of if he's being a pouty little bitch or not. He was clearly pissed off. The timeout, take it whatever you want. I don't care. Gameplay is gameplay. But then to stop a fully grown man and try and talk to him, dude, clearly you know he's mad, just let him go. And then for it to devolve into what it did, it's a bad look on both parties. Howard's suspended for, I don't even know how many games.
5 games.
Rest of the season. 5 games.
Rest of the regular season.
It's just a bad look all around. But again, I think if you don't initiate it as the Wisconsin coach, then it doesn't matter. None of this happens. So for me, it's both are in the wrong, and now both look like jackasses. It's just, Michigan looks a little bit worse.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely feel the hands on someone who's emotional is obviously
it's not the right move.
It's never gonna work out. But at the same time, you just can't do that.
No, you literally cannot punch a man as a fully grown adult.
Yes, there's literally no joke. I've watched so many college basketball games where coaches literally are jawing at each other at that half court line. They are There was a couple years ago when Marcus Page hit a buzzer beater on Clemson, and I don't even know Clemson's coach's name, but I hate the guy because he looks like a freaking rat. He literally was in Royce Williams' face pointing screaming at the dude, and Roy Williams was just standing there like, bro, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why are you freaking out?
Yeah, again,
like we've seen it 100 times.
I think it was Arkansas's coach last year, Arkansas or Alabama's coach, that just went ape shit after they hit a buzzer beater or something, and like the other coach was just like walked off the court like, I'm not shaking this man's hand.
Didn't we see Jim Harbaugh, or was it John Harbaugh, who went up and like literally like after an NFL game? It was the Jim Schwartz with the Lions.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was Jim though. Jim Harbaugh did that one, not John. It was Jim Harbaugh. He went up and like shook his hand so hard and like ripped his arm to go.
Oh yeah, it was Schwartz. You're right.
And literally Jim Schwartz was like chasing him on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's happened before, but never a punch.
You're fully grown adults. You don't punch people, especially in front of quote unquote kids.
Yeah, and not only that, but like if you want to go dice it up, go be like the Clippers trying to sneak into the freaking Houston Rockets locker room, or the Houston Rockets slipping into the Clippers locker room. Go dice it up that way. Before we're in the middle of half court of a televised game on ESPN.
That is a very fair.
There's so many other places we can dice it up. Like so many other places.
Do you think this falls under like? I don't know if I shouldn't say that, but I mean like.
Potentially.
No. I'm talking about the actual timeout. Like what caused it all? The timeout. Like, do you guys compare this to like the Machado home run like in the Padres where he just got like the unwritten rules?
You're talking about Tatis again. I don't know why you forget Tatis's name. This is the second time in like 4 weeks.
He's on the same team. Manny Machado's on the same team.
Yeah, when Fernando Tatis was up, like they were up 10 runs and he hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a 2-0 pitch or 3-0 pitch, something like that.
Yeah, 3-0 grand slam.
It was the 7th as well. It wasn't even the 8th or 9th. It was the 7th inning.
I 100% agree, Evan, that it's one of those, like, come on, man. Like, it's a one turnover. Like, the game's over. Like, I agree with that. But also, you can't expect for your team, the team opposing you, to not try to play to the end of the whistle if you're full court pressing.
You already said Michigan scored 3 or 4 easy buckets off of the press.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, like,
you cannot
based on everything. How do you get mad about that, right?
No, it's the same thing I said about the Tatis incident. That it is baseball. You get 2 good innings and you're right back in a game. I don't care what the score is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just give up. If your team is giving up in the 7th inning, that's on them and that's on your coach. So fire the coach. Don't blame the random player from the other team that just hit a dinger. Like,
I've seen the Washington Nationals score 9 runs versus the Pirates in Washington D.C. a long time ago in 1 inning. So I mean, like,
no, it can happen. It's baseball.
It can happen. It can happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
We saw the Pacers score 13 points in 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Tracy McGrady scored 11 on his own in like 10 seconds.
Like, it can happen.
Yeah.
I'm on the boat is that if you're playing to the end of the whistle, you can't get mad at the other team is. Period. End of story. And you also, even if you don't think it is, you can't punch. You can't punch a grown man in the face.
No, that's just
the end of the game.
Yeah,
you know
he's just emotional
right now, though. I hate the people that are like, we should get rid of line.
No, that hands. Literally, dude. The NHL does it at the end of every playoffs and the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I hate like Dickie V. Just another notch of why I hate Dickie V. He's like really like pushing for that right now on Twitter because he can't talk because he has cancer again, and literally.
My God.
No, that's not. I'm being dead serious. Like he
does very much have cancer and is going through chemotherapy right
like,
now.
He literally tweeted, I wish I could talk about this vocally and not just through characters on Twitter. He tweeted that. Like, I'm not. I hate Dickie V, but I'm not. But anyways, he just like
good save.
No, I'm not. I'm being dead serious. But you can't quit that, dude. I love it. I love the diciness. I love the kid who dropped 30 on someone's head, walking by, shaking his hand, looking that dude in the face and be like, I just put buckets on your head. Like, I love that.
It should happen.
I want to see Hubert Davis shake Coach K's hand in his last home game with a loss more than I want to have a child right now. Like, I would rather watch Coach K lose his last home game of his freaking career to Hubert Davis in freaking Duke than I would to have a child right now. Period. Period.
I remember when I was like 11 years old, there was a kid from Ford City, our rival school, we beat them like 13-7, went through the handshake line and said, "You suck" to every player on our team. Literally never stopped. And then my dad stopped him and said, "What are you saying, kid?"
Michael Valeni, shout out Michael Valeni. He probably almost fist fought like 15 kids in the handshake line at high school basketball.
I was gonna say, dog, I will straight up never forget when I thought
one kid on every team.
I legitimately thought I was going to die.
I remember the kid's name in there too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I thought I was going to die in Sheffield one night, straight up.
Yep.
Hit a 3 in front of the student section in an away game where they're all juvenile delinquents, and I just turn around to the crowd and go, "Let's go!" I thought I was going to die that night.
Yeah.
Again, they had a kid on their name, Khalil Slaughter.
Yep. Dude, if I could go back, either I would like in ninth grade, I would definitely try to be on some sort of basketball team, or I would go more to the games. Like the games at Katanning were wild. Like our student section, dude. There was one we had the WPXI there for Jordan Kladowski's like some type of award he won, and Cole Davis and all my friends like they brought in like a big inflatable ESPN desk and acted like anchors. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. One time we had a blackout in Austin where Wes Clark made motorbike sounds for an entire game.
Doug, we were the worst for the girls' games.
Our own fans came out and were trying to throw us out of the game because that's how annoying we were being. Like our own fans, not even the other families on the other team. People who were on our school board were trying to get us thrown out of the game because we were being that obnoxious, Evan.
Yeah.
And there was probably only 20 of us.
I'm not mentioning any names here. We also definitely had a kid block an autistic kid, a Down syndrome kid, and everybody booed him.
That was that.
Oh,
I'll say his name. I'll flat out say his name.
No, we're not doing it. No one needs that type of shade.
It happened.
I stood there. I just stood and started walking away. I couldn't believe what I just saw.
Literally, our coach was like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna like this kid.
Like we were down like 20 with like 3 minutes left. We weren't gonna win."
Yeah, pay attention. Like, if you see it kind of forming, just part the sea. So then the whole fans will go nuts.
Again, we're home. We're the home team, Evan.
Yeah. He just absolutely swatted that shit like Dwight Howard would, bro. Like it was like watching one of those like where the kid goes to like a basketball clinic and Karl-Anthony Towns like throws it through the ground. Like that's the kind of block.
There was a noticeably loud pop off of the block, and I mean the entire bleachers just start booing.
Our fans were booing.
No,
everyone booed them. Everyone
I definitely would have booed my own team.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, it was. Come on, dude, everyone. Like, dude, people on our own team were like hands on their head, like.
No, that's what I did. I was standing on the low block. I just turned and walked away like this and started walking back towards our.
So bad.
Oh man, what an idiot!
Like I just turn around and go, oh no.
I know this person, Gabe?
Yes, you do.
You do.
You 100% do.
Oh, that one was remarkable. There was also a time.
I think I know who it is.
I'm
not going to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of good times.
Oh man. But yeah, so Juwan Howard punched a guy. He's suspended for 5 games, and we'll move on.
Yeah, I was going to guess the dude with the leg injury. That was my guess.
Me? Oh, no, yeah, got it. Yep.
No, dude, that would have been so much better.
Well, that's the only other dude I know other than the dude he texted me.
That actually would be a better story, Evan, if that happened. That would be so much better.
But speaking about basketball and absolute shit shows on the court, great transition, by the way. Yeah. The NBA All-Star Weekend is dog shit, and I don't care who thinks it's any good. It's not good. The dunk contest is a shell, not even a shell of itself. That is an insult to literal shells. It is an insult.
It's an insult to Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, the last one that was good.
Anybody that came prior to Aaron and Zach, that like it's remarkable how bad it is. The 3-point contest was won by a center, which kind of cool.
Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns shoots like 40+% though.
Like, again, kind of cool, but also like I don't really.
He's
care.
the best shooting big of all time, right? I mean,
best shooting big of all time. I would say arguably.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
And yeah, the game itself is a joke.
Dirk. I'm counting Dirk until further notice. Dirk. Yeah. Dirk's the best shooting big of all time. Go ahead.
And then the game itself sucked. I literally watched it for, I shit you not, 5 minutes and then turned it off because there is no defense. There's nothing. They just stand at each other's ends. Like
until the fourth quarter, it's
the fourth quarter's lit.
No, it's crazy. But the other 3 suck, dude. Steph Curry shot 21 total shots and 21 threes.
Dude, he was just on demon mode.
He was shooting it. That was fun to watch.
Dude, the fact that he hit that turnaround.
He turned around
like 30.
He turned around like 3 times, boys.
At half court though.
No, he did it in the corner too.
Yeah, dude, he did it from 30 feet, and the ball was halfway, and he was on the other end of the corner.
He started walking down. Like, LeBron brought it up, hands it to him, he shoots it, and immediately turns around, and it is so wet.
Oh, man, I love that guy.
So it's stupid, though. Like, I mean, now, to be fair, I really needed Nikola Jokic to score the first basket, and then I would have been way more invested, but that didn't happen.
Yes, I needed that too, badly.
I know you did, too. But all in all, like, I just don't find it. Oh, by the way, the under hit. I think the over/under was 200 or 326, and the final score was like 324 or 325.
Yeah, Team Durant covered actually the final score.
Yeah, the -6. So that would have lost me my parlay anyway. But I don't know, man. I just don't find the All-Star Weekend to really be that entertaining in the slightest.
See, so this is how I look at it personally. So I think one that if the pre-All-Star game was like a little bit better, like the dunk contest, it would get me hype for the All-Star game.
No, that's part
of it. Since I don't watch the dunk contest anymore because it has been shitty. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even gonna blame the dunk contest. I'm blaming the players. Period. I am blaming the players.
No, dog. Like Kate. I love Cole Anthony. Fault. Why is he out there dunking?
Dude, Cole Anthony can fly.
Kate, his signature dunk was wearing Timberlands.
Yeah, that was really dumb and not creative, but the dude can fly.
But he's not but my point is, I guess, that he's not known as a dunker to the general population.
No, I agree. Like, let me ask you this. Should Derrick Jones Jr. be out there in the dunk contest like every year? Yes.
Pretty much, yes.
Yes. Should someone I'm not saying, like, obviously he already did his run, so I'm not going to ask him to do it again. But someone like Zach LaVine.
No, you need some high flyers. Like, stick John Morant out there.
John Morant should do the dunk contest.
Jesus Christ.
You know who the guys that I blame that, like, for this reason is guys like LeBron and all those guys.
That just said, no, I'm never going to do it, even though Kobe and Jordan and everybody else did it coming up, and LeBron goes,
all the greatest players did it before them, and it stopped with those guys.
I agree.
Like Vince Carter, like he did it. Like all those guys did it. Dominic Wilkins, like all those dudes who were the actual best in-game dunkers were doing it. You can't ask Zach LaVine to be in the dunk contest every single year. No, he's not going to do it. It's
not realistic. Aaron Gordon, not really anymore either. Like
no, right? They already did it. They already had their like crazy run. Like I mean, Zach LaVine won 2 of them.
Yeah, no, that's why Aaron Gordon said he's never doing it again because he thought he should have won the second one.
Yeah, which is perfectly reasonable to say.
Yeah, no, a couple of his dunks were disgusting that year.
Yeah, we're crazy, but like you got to have guys that like that are good dunkers that need to be doing it, and also it's the players' problem.
They need to be slightly household names.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be like it can't just be
like Zion Williamson. If he was healthy, should be in the dunk contest.
No, he should. Again, like Ja, like a potential MVP candidate dunking. Yeah, absolutely. But we can't just get 4 random guys. Well, yeah, they might be athletic and high flyers, but like if they're not known to an extent, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it just doesn't matter.
See, that's the thing about Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. They defied those odds because they were not household names before that dunk contest.
But they were so good that it made them household names.
Exactly.
Like
I actually applaud Zach LaVine for never doing it again. Because when Zach LaVine was developing into a good player, he was only remembered as a dunker, not a good player.
Well, and even last year, he was still thought of as only a dunker, and then he was like, "Oh no, this dude can shoot."
And this dude scored 26 a night.
Yeah,
right.
Like he scored. I still think that's why he was ranked so low at the beginning of last year.
Right. Yeah. So I applaud him for not doing it because of that reason, but I don't applaud people who should be doing it that don't. John Morant should 100% do it. Shame on John Morant for not creating a good product. And also...
Genuinely, dude, John Morant literally headbutt the rim in a game.
Yeah. He has bunnies.
Yes, he does.
He needs to be in this.
Big time bunnies.
Yeah.
Honestly, on the NBA as well, I mean, it's their product. If you want to put the best product out there, incentivize these guys to do it.
That's what I was going to say next. There's no incentive to do it, so you need to make an incentive.
You win what? $20,000 in a trophy? Great.
Yeah. No, I don't think you win $20,000.
Whatever. Okay, you get your Kia Soul.
I think you get a donation to your charity of choice.
Okay, then incentivize the players to do it.
Which is great, but incentivize that. Make it like $5 million.
Well, I mean, that seems like a lot. To win it, then yes.
But I'm saying, would you get John Morant to do it for his charity?
Yeah,
probably.
Well, because if he's doing
how about just straight up cash
of $5 million, he's not paying.
Well, it always goes to charity. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, which makes perfect sense. John Morant's making $15 million this year. You know, like he could probably donate $5 million. I think donate the $20,000 in charity.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like,
no, I mean, almost certainly.
Do you think John Morant could do like a double in between the leg? How high he jumps?
No. No.
Probably
Dude,
not
that's
a double
insane.
between the legs.
Dude, that's insane.
That's a lot of hang time.
Dude, there are people who have done it, though. You're not wrong. There are people who have done it.
I mean, dude, well, the thing is, like, that's the problem is I'm not saying the dunk contest is ruined by YouTube. YouTube's had an effect on it, though, with people like Jordan
I would agree if you said that, Ty, to be honest. I think that there are too many people out there that just have too much time in their hands, and
no, like, for example,
they'll sit there and roll the footage until they get it.
No, genuinely, go look up a guy by the name of Jordan Kilgannon if you haven't.
Yeah, I've watched it. He's crazy. He has money for sure.
On the face of planet Earth.
Right, but I still think, like, even though Kilgannon was around before 2016, so
he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, and to be honest, that dunk contest, the back-to-back years between Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, those 2 years that didn't. I feel like the pop was still there. Like,
no, there wasn't
back in the day, like because of the crazy ass dunks that Aaron Gordon was doing, and Zach LaVine, to be fair. Even though I think Aaron Gordon won the last one for sure.
Zach LaVine, no matter what, should have won one. I mean, ones
I agree. If they split it, Kate, I'd be the happiest man in the world. But they didn't.
And there's no reason that Zach shouldn't have won the second one either. It's just it's all like that one's picking needles out of it. I mean, like you're fighting over straws.
It is.
Whatever one Aaron Gordon did with the mascot, if that was the first or second one,
year two,
the second one,
he definitely won that year. And I can't be portrayed the other way. But I mean, the other one, Zach LaVine.
Just to comment on the people, like someone did a thing where like people who should be in the dunk contest. They had John Morant, Anthony Edwards, who's an absolute flyer. I didn't remember that.
Yes.
Miles Bridges and Giannis were the four people that they voted should be in the dunk contest.
I can live without Giannis just because he is gangly as shit, but
then the other two that I didn't want to mention was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon because they've already done it. After that was Derrick Jones Jr., like I said, Zion.
He's an animal.
Donovan Mitchell would have been a really fun one to watch.
Mitch would have,
John Collins.
Mitchell's done the dunk contest.
He was in it. Like Tatum, like Jason Tatum would be freaking fun to watch.
Yeah. Again, but these are household names. They're marketable. Right now, the dunk contest is not marketable.
Right.
I don't know. I just think the All-Star Weekend needs a complete revamp, or they need to incentivize it or something, because right now, man, other than, like you guys said, the fourth quarter, like, the entire weekend kind of sucks.
I would agree.
And you know what? It's funny is I always thought going into like say 10 years ago, if you would have told me what's the best All-Star Weekend, it's by far the NBA.
And it was.
Yeah, 10 years ago, it was by far the best.
Like the dunk contest, in my opinion, beat the home run derby, and then the actual All-Star game itself, when you had people like Kobe and KG and Kevin Love and all these dudes playing, was better. Was there still a shit ton of points scored? Absolutely, but at least there was an iota of competitive nature.
Yeah, Pro Bowls always sucked. For
me, the MLB is top tier right now.
Yeah, the MLB is top tier.
Shoulders above.
It's the only one
I would say it's number 1 or 2.
It's the only one that matters.
Yeah, but like the home run derby's dope.
Yes,
because forever big name players play in the home run derby. Like you don't ever get. Yeah, you don't ever get guys who aren't the big name players be in the home run derby.
Yeah,
and again, the All-Star game actually means something, so they have to be competitive.
Right.
But right now, for me, like the All-Star game, unless it gets something done, like I'm not thrilled about
it. To be honest, the only way I watch it is if
I gamble.
Either A, I have money on it, or B, I look at the lineups, a couple days before and see who's in the dunk contest. The 3-point contest doesn't even really, get me excited either anymore. So.
I will say that I am really happy that they do the draft thing, though. I think that's a very cool variant.
No, it's definitely a good spin. It's definitely a good spin on it.
It was pretty funny this year with James Harden.
No, that was the best part of the weekend for me.
Honestly, It was for me too. And it wasn't even on the weekend either. They didn't draft on the weekend. They drafted midweek. It's a heap of wasted days.
I don't know. It just feels like they're going through the motions now. Like Again, I'm not going to say, like, the whole shut up and dribble thing, but, like, you are still entertainers at the end of the day. I mean, look at Jordan in The Last Dance. Like, he openly admits, like, no, they pay to see me. Like, I'm going to go out there and put on a show. Like,
that's true. That's something that's not really looked at the same as it used to.
No, it's not. Again, like, you're still paid. Your job is to show up and do shit. Like, unfortunately, you get to play a sport for your life. I'm so sorry for you, but, like,
people just don't want to get hurt, and that's, like,
and I get that.
Their excuse.
I totally get that, but regardless, injuries are part of it. Look at Paul George playing for Team USA in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He lost a year and a half of his career when he was at his peak because he blew his leg out.
Yeah, and that shit
quite
sucked.
Literally.
That shit sucks.
No, it does suck, but that's part of the game.
100%.
I agree.
Again, you think Brian Moorman going up against Sean Taylor in the Pro Bowl wanted to literally lose years off of his life when Sean Taylor murdered him? But, like...
He did murder him.
No, he literally killed a punter on national television.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
No, the shit was hilarious. But again, that doesn't happen anymore.
It's entertainment. We love seeing people die.
Dog, they stopped doing Jacked Up because it was not PC and like CTE and all this. Like, dude, Jacked Up was my favorite segment ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Do we want to get to betting or?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
right.
Let's get it in.
Just a quick recap from last week.
Cal might be in for betting. That's about it.
I went 2-0. Cal went 1-1. Cade went 2-0. And Evan went 0-2 on an absolute shame, by the way. I don't know if you took the bet for Dawkins, though. They had a double chance boost for Dawkins last week, and it excluded points. So that boost
I took Dawkins to win in the first round live. And Devin was there, and I won. I wish I would have taken that bet for the pod.
Yeah, no, understandable.
That was 4.7 units.
So right now that brings our win overall. I was going to say, Evan, you can read off the units, but that brings our wins to I'm 8-4, Cal is 5-7, Cade is 4-6-1. That math doesn't make sense. I'm retarded. It's 5-6-1. And Evan is 6-6.
Yep. So right now the units. Ty is leading, 5.39. I'm just behind him at 5.34. Cade at negative 0.87 and Cal at negative 2.09. Week 7, boys. Let's get it.
Overall, I'm not upset with it.
Yeah, overall the pod's doing pretty nice. Let's see. If they have the Islam lineup, I'm in good shape. If not, I'm going to be upset. Yes, they do. All right, so oh, wow, dude. You remember when we were betting Islam? Well, I was betting Islam at plus 440.
Yeah.
Now it's Islam plus 115 by submission. They're finally catching on.
I was going to say, yeah, no.
That's my first bet for sure. Islam Makhachev by submission. Plus 1.15 units.
What is it?
1.15 units.
Okay. What else you got?
I don't know yet. Probably going to do a golf bet.
I'm doing a golf. I already got my golf bet. I'm really upset that I didn't take Colin top 10 or top 5. But how could I have known?
By the way,
Yes.
I saw a lot of golfers. Did Phil Mickelson say something else about the PGA Tour too, or just about
just go read his apology?
Dude, his apology was so stupid.
It's not good.
I did not read his apology yet.
Go read his apology after this. It's not good.
It's bad.
Islam Makhachev straight up is minus 850.
Yeah. Bobby Green is a striker. Islam Makhachev might actually. You know what? I'm not doing that. Scratch my bet. I'm taking Islam in the first round.
Jesus, dude.
If I can take him by submission, I will. Round props.
I was going to take Islam by K, do the double chance, but both are minus 230.
Oh my God. The fight end in round 1 is plus 310. That's not even picking a fighter. All right, I'm doing that.
Yo, I got it for you. I got it right here for you. I got it. I got it for you right here. Islam Makhachev to win by submission in rounds 1 or 2 plus 230.
I'm doing the round props. I mean, yeah, I probably will. I'll bet on that. What round fight will end? 5 rounds. Round props. Round 1 plus 310. So if I think Islam's going to do it, I might as well just take the 310, right?
Well, I was going to say, so right here, it's not going to. I got Islam. I got Islam to win in round 1 plus 360.
Shit. Okay, I'll do that one then.
That's under round betting.
Round betting, Islam to win in round 1 plus 360. All right, I'm doing that.
You want that?
Yep.
That's a big boy bet.
I mean, his last 3 fights haven't went out of the first round, so.
Look, I'm here for it. Bobby Green to win in round 1 is plus 2,900.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I do my golf bet here. If anyone else wants to chime in.
Kate, if you got yours, go ahead. I'm still trying to.
I'm gonna take someone to miss the cut this week. I want Payne.
I'm
taking Ricky Fowler to miss the cut. Man, I wish Cal was here.
What is that?
First off, what is the tournament this week?
It's the Honda.
Never mind. We'll not be doing that. I'm sorry, Ty. I made you scratch out twice.
Cool.
The Honda, PGA, the whatever PGA course there is 10 minutes from where Ricky lives.
There's currently a Super Boost going on right now, Evan, by the way, where it's Pittsburgh Penguins or New York Rangers to finish first in the Metropolitan Division for the 21-2022 season, plus 400. I think those teams are 1 and 2 right now.
Dude, to miss the cut, Tommy Fleetwood's plus 2.45. Is he playing well right now? Does anyone know? Tommy Fleetwood? Kate, do you know?
No, he's one of the best odds to win this week.
So he must be playing well then.
Yeah, but the field's trash.
All right, I'm taking Poulter to miss a cut, plus 140. Final answer. I think that dude, I don't know where Poulter plays out of. I think he plays out of Arizona. Not that it matters.
You know what? I'll ride this. Let's do this.
For miss cut, 1.4. All right. Who's up next? Who's Ty?
Okay, so what are you riding with?
I've got Islam round 1.
Yep, got that.
Is that by submission?
No, that is just Islam to win in round 1.
Okay, plus 360, so 3.6. And then Ian Poulter to miss the cut this week at the Honda.
For
1.4, plus 1.4.
Okay. Yeah, I might just do horse racing.
Stop. I don't know how you don't take Islam by submission, Ty, to be honest, as one of your bets.
I mean,
after what you've seen the past 4 fights from him, dude?
I mean, you're taking round 1.
I'm being a little aggressive, okay? And I actually am betting on that, to be fair.
So you're saying Islam by submission?
I'll take by submission. I'll take round 1. Everything.
Yeah,
Throw a little hedge in there.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm gonna bet a lot of money on it. I don't know why we're joking about it.
Does Arizona have sports betting?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they do. They have Barstool at least. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm making the bets before I go, so.
Are you
I'm gonna be at bachelor party. Are you thinking I'm not gonna watch the UFC?
True.
All right, so my two are. Yeah, I know it is. My two are Matt Wolf to finish inside the top 20 plus 190, and then Islam by submission at plus 115.
Plus 190 for Matt Wolf?
Yeah. I was going to take Neiman, but I think he might have a little bit of a slump, but top 20 is a lot of players, so I don't know.
Wolf top 20, Islam by sub. Plus 110. I don't know why the numbers are doing that. That's weird.
Okay. I'm taking tomorrow, Providence minus 1.5 against Xavier.
I love it.
Give me a second.
You said plus 1?
Minus 1.5.
Minus 1.
You said Providence +1 or minus? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
say it one more time.
Minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5.
It's minus 108.
92 units. Okay.
And then I want to do a PGA Tour one, but they're kind of not letting you do anything more than grouping right now because it's only Tuesday.
What are you looking for? Because FanDuel does have it.
Yeah, FanDuel. Just go to the FanDuel app. You don't have to bet on there, but
that's true.
You can just check it out.
Yeah, they got top 20. They got everything. 2 make, 2 miss. Top USA player.
There we go. Okay.
Koepka or Matt Wolff is the top. Matt Wolff is the top USA player, plus 2,200.
Matt Wolff?
Why Matt Wolff? Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do I bet against that?
Well, Daniel Berger's plus 900, Koepka's plus 1,000, Horschel's plus 1,400, Keith Mitchell plus 2,100, Matt Wolff plus 2,200, Cameron Young plus 2,600 for top USA player.
Dan Berger's a good bet. Essentially, that's like his home course. So.
I'm taking Brooks Koepka, which is also his home course, plus 115 for top 20.
I like it.
Koepka top 20. That's a good bet.
Did you say what? Minus 115?
Plus 115.
No, plus 115.
I need to clean my ears out.
Yeah, you gotta get Cole. He'll lick your ears out for you, bud.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
And then we'll get Cal's bets.
I was gonna say we'll get Cal's bets.
Pod bet though.
Pod bet. What are we thinking here?
R3 pod bet. What are we doing for S3? Evan, we're 1-0 without you though, so you better step up this week.
I mean, I think we have to take both of mine this run, because Evans is risky.
I'm taking the -1 from -1.5 from Providence.
Yeah, the Providence is a lock.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna have weekend stuff.
Dude, I almost want to take Brooks Koepka top 20 because I almost think that's a lock. I mean, like the field's really weak this week.
All right,
really.
I like the Brooks Koepka.
Okay, so we'll do both of yours and Evans. I'll say mine, even though I'm 3-1 in the last
both
2
of
weeks.
mine. Both of mine.
Yeah, Providence
let's
minus
not do
1.5.
mine. No, let's not do
pressure.
Mine. Unless you guys want an actual big payout because it's going to make it beefy. If we do Islam round 1, then it's going to be beefy.
The only difference between that is
we're giving this to the people. So like it's.
I think by submission Islam is probably a better bet, Ty. But
listen. Do you guys think for my bet should we take Providence minus 1.5, which Providence is the 11th ranked team playing against? I can't even remember who it was. I can't remember who it was. Let me look it up again.
Let's take Koepka. I vote Koepka out of yours.
Okay, then we're taking Islam by submission or Matt Wolff top 20 out of mine. Or we take Ian Poulter to miss the cut and Islam to win round 1. So what are we throwing together here?
Here's my thoughts. Islam by submission.
Poulter to miss cut?
It's just tough because, how do we take 2 golfers to finish in the top 20?
No,
right?
I hear you. So we're saying we're taking Koepka to finish in the top 20, Poulter to miss the cut.
I'll take Koepka out. I just think like Koepka.
We could take Providence. We could.
I'll take Providence minus 1.5. That's
the only thing with that is I'm saying at this point, let's just make it a weekend thing since it's Saturday and Sunday.
What I'm saying is that I think that Brooks Koepka making the top 20, okay, as a bet, all right, is plus 115.
Yes.
Compared to minus 108. Okay, if you parlay the plus 15 with one of your guys, is that like whatever you guys think is the more reasonable one to win.
Hang on.
Period. That's where we're at.
Hang on. Give me 1 minute.
So this is going to be the parlay bet. This just us 3.
This is us 3 parlay bet, yes. And then we'll get Cal's bets to add to
my sheet. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so son of a bitch. We can't parlay these.
What? You can't parlay these?
Nope.
Which ones are you trying to parlay?
I tried doing Islam by submission, Koepka top 20, and Ian Poulter to miss the cut.
Why? Why can't that be parlayed?
Can't be parlayed. Okay, so Islam by submission and Brooks Koepka top 20 can make the cut. They can be parlayed together. It's Ian Poulter to miss the cut that's it.
Okay. Then pull that out.
So then we'll take, I mean, those, okay, so if we do 2, it's plus 360. We can put Providence in there for double up on Cade.
If you guys want to ride my bet slip, then you guys can go ahead. But I'm not taking.
We need to have 3.
I mean, we've done it with Cal in the past.
It's fine. I don't care. Like I'm definitely behind the Islam submission for sure. Just in general. Well, we're putting this out to the people. Now I'll be doing some crazy shit. But I mean,
we'll put this out to the people to try to get this regardless.
Yeah.
What's Islam submission time?
Plus 115. Plus, is it plus 115?
Yeah.
Or is it 110?
For submission?
Plus 115 to win by submission inside of 5 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if we throw in Providence at minus 1.5, that gets it up to plus 800.
Love it.
Okay. All right. We'll ride it. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like.
I mean, the thing is, like, we
find out. There's a lot of pressure on me right now for that.
We'll figure out real quick if this is a hit or miss by tomorrow, because if Providence loses, the weekend don't matter.
That's true. That's true.
We can always throw out a weekend parlay.
So, right now we got Islam Makhachev by submission, just straight up at plus 115. Brooks Koepka top 20 at plus 115. Providence minus 1.5 against Xavier. At home is minus 106 for a 3-leg parlay at plus 789 or 798.
And make sure to give me the odds of 106, not 108.
Yep. I was just about to say I have you in for lower 0.94 you're at now. We probably need to get this. If Providence is playing tomorrow, we got to get this out.
I'm gonna tweet it out. I'm gonna tweet it out tonight.
We just gotta get the tweet out. We don't have to necessarily get the
The video almost never gets out before some of these bets hit.
Yeah, because like whenever I bet NBA, you can only go that max 2 days.
And again, I mean, hey, this is right in our wheelhouse. Last week's was plus 660.
Yeah, oh yeah, daddy.
That, by the way, hit.
It did hit.
Yes, sir.
I was 3-0 last week. I had a good week last week.
I don't think I hit a single bet last week.
The only bet that I missed last week, I did miss one. I bet $9 and some on a stupid parlay, but what was it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Penguins completely boned me last week on a 4-leg parlay at plus 2,000. I would have won like $200.
Men's games. Where is Providence?
Tomorrow, 11th ranked team, top 25.
All right, did I take that?
There it is, Xavier.
All right,
Providence.
I think that's the show. Make sure to follow the Twitter for the Pod Parlay. It's going out literally right after this. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Everyone have a great rest of your week. Bye.